Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first part in a series of my new 1980 Bridgeport Series I email. In today's video, I'll be going over purchasing, transporting, rebuilding, and setting the machine you see here. So, let's get into it. On May 22nd, earlier this year, I purchased the machine you see here for $2,500 from a private seller. I'd seen the machine on Facebook Marketplace, went and took a look at it, and bought it the next day. It came with a Chinese vise, R8 collet set, and a small drill chuck. The machine was listed as having a faulty digital readout on the Y-axis, and I figured it just needed cleaning. To get it home, we rented a pallet jack and a drop deck trailer from a local outlet. Luckily, the machine was already on a makeshift wooden base, which made picking it up with the pallet jack quite easy. After binding it down to the trailer, we drove it home and unloaded it into the shop. The worst looking part about the machine was honestly the filthy drop lights bolted to the side of it. Once these were removed and the machine lightly cleaned, it was starting to look even better than anticipated. The next steps involved dismantling and refurbishing the machine. We decided not to pull the head apart at this time because it sounded fine and I planned to overhaul it later. Most parts were cleaned with parts cleaner and Simple Green, while the scales were set aside to be cleaned separately. Before reassembling, new oiler parts were installed, as the previous lines and fittings were clogged up. The gibs were adjusted and the oiler filled with new detergent-free 30-weight oil, and the base was moving smooth. Speaking of bases, the 2x4 stand the machine was currently sitting on wasn't very stable and slightly too tall to fit the machine under the joists in our shop. To fix this, I welded up a steel pallet for the machine to be bolted to. The pallet weighs over 300 pounds and is made from a half-inch plate of 1018 and 3 quarter-inch wall tubes.
Doing what you want it to do. Nice and slow, watch the bolt spool. Jam it in there. A little longer. But that's looking pretty good.
After bolting the machine to the base, it was set in place with a pallet jack. A thin layer of drawer liner was then placed in between the pallet and the concrete to help isolate vibrations and take up any imperfections in the floor. So here's the current state of the mill. We got it moved into position and on its new pallet this weekend. Digital readouts, or glass scales installed, digital readout installed as well, mounted to the pole for now. I have our little tooling cart over here. I'm still cleaning up the mounting blocks. The head and vise are both trammed in, and the oiler's been rebuilt and seems to be working pretty well. The collet set screw is currently broken. Working on getting a new one of those, or making one. And the rest of the stuff has mostly been cleaned up. That's about it for part 1 of this series. I wanted to record this all with my new microphone, but that's still on back order as of now. Link down below in the description will be my parts list to use for this project, and hopefully I'll be back soon with part 2. Take care. So, at least the initial plan with this, take the new turning inserts I've got, ordered from Amazon, and it's a piece of cold rolled stock that we had laying around, and try to turn up some blanks for what could become the quarter 32 set screws. I've also got a piece of what looks like a pin, probably another grade of mild steel, and see what sort of deflection we're going to get, and try some turning on the mill.
Yeah, then I could bump into your clock tower.
You can also, oh yeah, no, I got Kelsey on board with taking it down too.
Oh, dismantle it.
Yeah.
Dismantle it and then decide what to do with that concrete pad. You could do all